Hello everyone! I want to show you a little creative insert. Then design invented and not embroidered according to preformed templates. Then, as a rule, everything consists of drawing a sketch, some pencil drawing. All this is then embroidered according to a certain logic. This is what the inner side of creativity looks like, and there is nothing special about it. The only point what would be interesting to talk about and show how is embroidering the design from bottom up and back. In this case, I embroider by combining simple cross, like in logo, or larger one here. You see? And a double cross. You can see here many examples, double crosses and simple crosses. You see? The direction of embroidery here is from bottom to top, filling the drawn contours, these colored floors, this the logic I can up this. So that all the crosses start from the crosses of an outer contour. You see here very well. I'm showing this black line, so let's call it outer contour, and these double crosses from beginning to the end. Let's return to the camera to standard mode. So from the bottom to the top of embroidery, the cross matches 1 to 1. This is my fantasy. This is where my perfectionism and mathematical education played their main role. I want it so much. I want there to be some kind of structure in this chaos, and what is why I don't embroider spontaneously from any part of the canvas, but go from those parts where I can compare and focus on already embroidered double crosses. And the crosses of the outer contour are my main guideline, especially at the very beginning of embroidery. The more I embroider, the easier it will be, and the more opportunities will appear, but it's better to start from the edges. In general, there must be central logic. By the way, write what fantasies you have in terms of the creative process. Then you embroider, do you introduce any rules or not? It will be very interesting for all of us to read. I'm sure that even when you embroider according to my patterns, there can be many options for there and how to start. Feedback is the sweetest balm for my heart. The feeling of entering in space of unique embroidery and enriching it. So here it is. Here I have already embroidered the outline of my petal of the flame, and did not go up there, but returned to embroider from the bottom up without breaking the thread. You can do it, of course, in any way. As I already said, there are many options. Creativity is also expressed in the fact that you can make a classic process in your own way. You can embroider this vertical lines or horizontal lines or even by diagonal. You can embroider simple small crosses first and then large double crosses. You can play with the threads. You cannot cut the threads, but use threads in parallel initially as a weaving. Then all the threads of different colors are attached to the base, and the needles attached by such magnets. And you're using not only one, you're using for sure many of them, and additional ones, helping you to hold your threads during your process. So every person who works with embroidery has his own strategy in his work. Of course, there are some rules, and different schools teach in their own way, because that is their experience. Everyone convey the experience what is closest to him. Look at me. So let's enlarge it a little bit to make logic more clear. Here the double crosses are beautifully visible, and the logic is demonstrated now at the intersection. Double crosses complemented by simple ones where the color are different and the double crosses doesn't fit, but a color complement is required. Here everything is clearly visible in the example of two red shades and various combination of simple crosses. And here you can see what I have reached the line according to my sketch. This is where the border of this shade of red will be. There is still some gap here, but under it there remains an empty unembroidered space what will need to be embroidered. So logically I then lower and lower reach a line to be embroidered. So logically I then lower and guided by the clear logic I reach the bottom. Here is my outline of the flame petal. This is how I will now need to embroider it from the bottom up. So is not to make a mistake with the double crosses and maintain their correct location both horizontally and vertically. Near the double cross I completed the empty space with ordinary crosses of a different shade, and next to it place was created for a new double cross and several simple ones according to the direction of a contour line. Let's increase it and see how easy it is. Here there are these simple crosses. There is a little corner here, and that's why I'm showing it on my hand like this. I love holding the canvas in my hand. So put stitches here and here. Well, 3 simple crosses are ready, and I proceed to the double one. So familiar to us sharpened movements of the needle. I understand what cross I will embroider next and move the needle to the closest position what is more convenient for me. Now let's thread the needle here. I embroider here according to my feelings in my logic, and perhaps you will now have some insight on how you can more competently organize the direction of embroidery. Let's fix the stitch. Up. Stand a new row. yes, little bit fix more. I'm going to have this beautifully, and I have here space for a double cross, and there will be another here, tiny one. What do you prefer, tiny one or huge one? So cute and handsome. And again, they reach the double cross. The needle is shy to come out. Although the red thread is not one of the shy ones. You can understand me, right? This is such a beauty and logic among the chaos. What do you think? And in the same logic, with same spirit, continue to embroider in the upward direction along the left half crosses. The tiny tail of the floss remained, and I became almost silent, like, totally captivated by the process. That's true. The hands calm me down, and even my speech becomes more soulful. The cross will need to be completed. This last in this line double cross, and I will attach the needle to a magnet. Let me, for the sake of beauty, still remove the remaining tail of the floss inside out using a crochet hook. This very confident movement. Oops. This is what happened. They see now how from bottom to top, guided by their contours, the embroidery will glow. All these half crosses will be completed in parallel with new crosses, line by line. This is how you can embroider easily, usefully, and economically. Write, comment, let's exchange what's on your mind, subscribe to my channel, and see you very, very soon. Welcome to Unique Embroidery world.